It was a cold and stormy night, and Sarah was running late for the last train home. She had stayed late at the library, studying for her exams, and now she was racing against the clock to make it to the station before the train left. As she ran through the empty streets, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. She kept turning around, but there was no one there. She told herself it was just her imagination, but she couldn't shake the feeling of dread that was growing inside her. When Sarah finally reached the station, she was relieved to see that the train was still there, waiting at the platform. She boarded quickly, looking for a seat in the crowded car. But as the train started to move, Sarah realized that something was wrong. The other passengers seemed off, their eyes glazed over and their movements jerky and unnatural. Sarah tried to get off the train, but the doors were locked and she was trapped. She realized too late that she had made a terrible mistake by getting on the last train home. As the train raced through the darkness, Sarah could hear the sound of footsteps pacing the floors above her. She knew that whatever was on the train with her was not human, and that she was in grave danger. She tried to find a way out, but the windows were barred and the doors were locked. She was trapped, with no way to escape. As the train hurtled towards its final destination, Sarah knew that she was doomed. She closed her eyes, accepting her fate, and waited for the end to come. But when she opened her eyes, she was not on the train anymore. She was back at the library, sitting at her study corral, surrounded by her books and notes. It had all been a nightmare, brought on by her late-night studying and her overactive imagination. Sarah laughed at herself for falling for such a silly trick, and gathered her things to go home. As she left the library, she couldn't shake the feeling that she had narrowly escaped something much worse than a bad dream. The end.